Welcome everybody to another exciting episode of the Oz and Z HCR2 Community Podcast. We have a very cool lineup of guests. We have a guest host who's been a member before, a returning guest host, which is going to be really cool as well. But before we get into anything, welcome JR. How are you?
Hello, everyone. I'm good. I'm glad that my Australian client canceled our meeting this afternoon. So I'm here. I'm happy to
Oh,
be here.
I was just about to ask when you were leaving, but now that you've mentioned that, we don't have to worry about you leaving at all. Excellent.
Yep. How
Okay.
are you, Eva? You sound like you have a.
Yeah, I have a virus. I've been sick as a dog and coughing my lungs up 5 days after an extraordinary weekend last weekend in Adelaide
Oh,
with
yeah.
a mate of mine. Yeah, with a mate of mine in his Aston Martin doing the Adelaide Rally. We were only in
So
the touring
jealous.
stage. We weren't going fast, as in we weren't being timed,
Mm-hmm.
but we were having an absolute ball. We had yeah, it was so much fun, so much fun. I will post a couple of photos on the YouTube video,
Yes.
just in the background, to show what we were doing. It's just yeah, lots and lots of fun, and he's a long-standing mate from 25 years. So,
Oh.
but we just heard a familiar voice. JR, did you want to introduce our guest host?
So our guest host for this episode is none other than a fellow pit crew, Cthulhu. Welcome to the podcast.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me. It's a joy.
Do you know why I asked JR to introduce you?
Why?
Because I still can't
I
pronounce
do
his
not
name.
know. Oh,
Cth-
you
Cth- Cth-
Cthulhu.
Cth-
It's really easy.
Yeah, no, it's not that easy. Anyway. But welcome, Cthulhu. Welcome, welcome,
Thank you.
welcome. I hope we get you back again and again because we've always enjoyed you having you on
Yeah.
as a guest, and I think you'll be very good as a host as well, as a guest host.
Mhm.
So
Thank you.
welcome.
I love it.
All right. So we have two guests. Where are they from, JR? What team?
They are from a team up north. Should I say that up north? That's
Up
the
north.
team.
Okay.
The
Yeah, we've
it's
been.
team north, the top one of the top teams from the CC division north. I don't even know why, Eva, why we haven't had them on the podcast for this, you
It's
period.
been. It's
I
been
could
so
tell
long.
they're great.
It has.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's
They've
welcome.
they've been in sauna.
So let's welcome Jarso. Welcome to the podcast. How are you?
I'm fine.
You're
Bit
fine.
hangover and maybe a bit tired, but it's okay.
Tired, but good. It's good to hear. And JR, did you want to introduce the second guest?
Yes, with Yarso is Winksta. Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, good morning. Welcome. Yes. Yeah, pretty chilly morning, sat out in the car. Not too bad. It's warmed
Oh,
up to 9 degrees. So the
oh,
snow's melted
hang on,
from
nine
last
nine
week. So,
degrees, 9 degrees centigrade. Yeah.
yeah. Celsius,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay. Yep.
So
Cool.
it's,
Okay,
it's, it's
that's
kind of
good.
shorts and t-shirt weather for me now.
Shorts and t-shirt weather.
I'm quite accustomed to the cold.
You'd be going to the beach at 12, wouldn't you? 12 degrees.
Yeah.
Oh
So you get the
gosh.
boardies on, off you go.
Yeah. Go to the beach. Go for a swim. Keep cooled. Um, well, and you're from North, which has always been one of the top teams. Even going 5 or 6 years back, it was always one of those teams that we all looked up to and went, "Oh my god!"
Hmm.
Or
So
got
it's
spanked
great.
hard by.
Well, mostly that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So it's great to have you on. Thank you for coming along. So before we start, did we want to say anything about the Teams 2.0 update? Any reflection, Cthulhu?
Overall, it's pretty. I think there is some fine tuning and refining necessary to really make it maximum impact. So far, I'm liking it. I'm finding difficulty in getting our team actually damn golden nuts. Like, there's literally no other place. Spend them. Like, do I need to poke you with a stick? I have a taser. Don't make me. So, other than that, I think it's great. It's a great direction forward.
I actually reached out to my balls
Yeah.
and said to him, "What are you doing with your golden nuts now that you have golden nuts and my balls?"
Yeah. I knew you were going to go there.
I had to go there. I had to go there. So, from my perspective, and playing on a CC1 team, I've noticed that the matches have been mostly in the 24, 2500 score range. So no one's getting to 3K. And that was across every
Yes,
match over the last month.
that's been my major complaint with the update is matching is super wonky. Super wonky. It's just been
Yep.
weird to just, yeah, the matching doesn't seem to make sense yet.
Yep. What about
I think
you,
the drill.
Yasu?
Well, it has been like it matches you like 1 to 2, and if you have played the number 2, you play number 3, or that's Vortex problem. But it has been quite okay. Only thing that I'm a bit complaining is that you get the extra blue ticket from 3K victory, and now they don't come by so easily. Of course, there isn't at the top. There isn't like that many teams, so we still have those 3K victories with North. But I can see mid-table teams that maybe won't get just a couple blue tickets per season now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
rough. Yeah, it's rough.
The changing of the event rewards, like the scaling, you know, when you were getting like a 3K win, you were then also trying to stop the other team getting 1400 points to get their special ticket. And so, you know, that was kind of like that
Exactly.
booty bonus. So not only have you given them a bit of a spanking, you've kind of stopped them getting that prized gem we want. And yeah, that's
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
a rough
Proverbial,
change that they've
the
put in.
proverbial teabag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Sorry, I mean, the matchmaking that I've noticed is different, obviously, between CC with the auto matchmaking versus the lower divisions. I'm actually currently kind of not in North, chilling out, sort of in a Division 1 team, and where they've split them into these 100 groups, you're still matching randomly. It's not within your 100 grouping, and so
Mhm,
see whether or not
mhm.
they evolve that. And I do wonder if, you know, the purpose of them splitting the lower divisions into groups of hundreds are to try and automate those as well, you know, with the similar algorithm of like the ladder matching that appears to be happening in CC. But
I have to imagine that's where
it's
they're going to go with it.
it feels like that could be the way that's their intention. But of course, like automated matchmaking came in like 4 years ago, or I can't quite remember. You know, not long after the whole division thing came, and then they haven't touched it since. And you know, it's been getting exploited left, right, and centre by a lot of teams, which I think we'll come on to later. So the change has been for good because where you get those additional cup points from winning the match, that has sort of shifted people's or certain teams' motives to make sure they don't get these close losses, which allows them to sort of, you know, leverage the system. But I think it's still quite early. We've only had a season, and we're going to start to see what people come up with, the trickery that, you know,
Yeah, for
they'll
sure.
come up with to sort of, you know, work around the system and so forth.
What about the rewards and how they're being distributed now? Do you think that's working to a young P player advantage, being in a team with, and playing, not just sitting back and doing nothing, but do you think that the young player joining a team with a low GP is getting more rewards for playing?
I think
I
it's
haven't
better
crunched the
that
numbers.
it's.
Sorry, I should have.
I'll let you go,
That's my
Cthulhu.
fault.
Sorry.
I should have said Winksta. What are your thoughts?
Yes, there you go.
So for me, yeah, I mean, I haven't looked at the numbers in detail. I mean, the fact that there's been like a significant nerf to the end of season rewards with the premise that that's going to be redistributed throughout the season. It's a bit of a tricky one. It's a tough one to swallow for people that have been used to that for the last couple of years plus. And so it's not so evident on the surface. And like the reward scaling as you go down the divisions within the matches, a Division 1 team won't earn quite as much for their like the cash rewards in a match versus a CC team. And I haven't seen the reward scale, lower down, but I should imagine it is scaled down. But the weekly team chest, it's very evident there that you're getting more coin. Where I think it used to scale at 4K per tier, like per level, it's now 6K. And then on top of that, with the team, obviously it depends on the type of team. I think North has got theirs fully maxed out. The guys, they've been together for years, and so they've got a full maxed out. So getting double weekly, having that opportunity when you've got people that are dedicated to the game and chuck a few dollars here, a few pounds or whatever, then it's good, and you can really see the benefits and from that. So, and I think a lot of people in North and so forth have got a surplus of coins, but a big majority of the core.
Yep. What about you, Cthulhu?
Yeah, I'm at 200 million.
Oh wow! Yeah, well,
I just cleared 201 million. Ironically, I feel that trickling the rewards more frequently is super beneficial for lower GP and mid GP players. I think getting the big whammy at the end of the season is more like, oh, it looks better for the older players who have millions and millions and millions. But like you're actually helping these lower GP. Every team event, you get more rewards after that event, and it just sort of carries forward. So they're like, you're trickling that instead of once a month, and then suddenly they're like, I don't know what the hell to spend this on. You've got a little bit every team match. It's great in that aspect. I think the learning curve on the reward system is going to take a couple months, but then we'll figure that out too.
Here's the thing: why not both? Have that golden goose at the end of the month as well as the trickle. That could be, a nice thing, because it's very hard for the young ones to.
I think you nailed it on the head, Winkster. You said that in North everybody chips in, and that's what they were trying to get everybody to do. Everybody to chip in, and with everybody chipping in, the team wins. So
no more freeloaders.
No more freeloaders. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I think, and sort of with the 2.0 update, it's it has potentially discouraged some of these reward teams because of the longevity of like researching and upgrading like your research lab and the benefits that come from that, which we haven't overly touched on yet. Yeah, that's definitely going to discourage these these reset teams, because where you had like teams juggling, like a team that would go up and get demoted and then they'd swap shells. To leverage 3K wins. If you're not able to put your research into one place only, it sort of stifles the potential growth you can get over the long term. But then maybe, that's the thing, like having that research lab, being able to get bonus tickets from doing matches and from the team chest once you get to the dizzy level of tier 4. That helps the lower GP guys, just have more revenue stream, so to speak, in the game.
Yeah, fair enough.
I do have one complaint about the 2.0 update, though. I have one major complaint. Fingersoft, if you're listening, Sala, you did not fly me to Finland to do a video promo for Teams Release 2.0.
Yeah, well, there was a lot of us that weren't on that plane either.
I know. I just, the Teams update had that amazing promo with all these pit crew members, old school pit crew members, and I'm like, where's my flight to Finland?
All is good. All right. Well, let's get stuck into our guests. So, who wants to go first?
We should go with the boss man, shouldn't we? Get the insight from Jarso.
Yeah, good. All right. Well, Jarso, can you give us a small understanding of where you come from and the the gameplay and how you started and
More. How do I put this quickly? I have played like 8 years, maybe. I started playing when Superbike just came in.
okay.
So that was quite a long time ago. I when the teams came in, I just found the first team that was Finnish team. It was at the time it was named HCR2 Finland or something. Now it's basically Raggeti is the team that it was. Back then I moved to Ohiveto at some point, and that team has drew merges and everything is now North, basically.
Okay. And
A
when
most
you
formidable team.
yes. But were you playing HCR1 before you started playing HCR2? How did you find the game?
I did play HCR1 some point. I forgot the game. Then I saw HCR2 in store and just downloaded it. And it took me away.
Yep. Okay. No problems. No problems. All right. Well, Superbike was pretty early, so you have been playing
Yeah.
for a while. 8 years will do it. Yeah. Um,
Yeah,
and
probably
yourself,
something like that. Yeah.
what about yourself, Winkster? Give us a little bit of rundown about yourself.
Yeah, so like I think it's 2019 was when I saw first. I've been back to England for a visit and was just at the airport heading back to Finland, and I was like, I wonder if there's something I can just do myself on the plane, you know. And I think I'd seen some sort of racing game on some kid's tablet over the shoulder or something like, I don't know. And so kind of knew there was like this hill climb concept. And so yeah, downloaded the game. And obviously it was in offline mode, it was just adventures I was able to do, and it's like, okay. And then like, you know, got back home, started playing it. Then should check this. She also then 2 days later downloaded it, and we've both been playing ever since. And she plays in North with us. She goes by the name
Oh
of
wow.
Shady in game. So yeah. But like my first year, we were just once we kind of ranked up enough to join a team, we were just sort of dossing around a couple of little teams and managed to find like an English team that we were with for a few months. Then I was then starting to grow, let's say, competitive and looking to stretch my legs and wanting to see if we could, you know, take a chance on one of the higher teams. And we joined this team, which at the time was called HCR Gone Wild. And they're like, you know, advertising, we're like 100 team, this, that, and the other. And we would play expecting, okay, I'm going to get my ass handed to me by these guys. And there we are sitting on the podium. Within like with our little 6K GPs. And so I sent a message out to a guy I know that you probably know called 42 Points. He's like, yeah, send this to
Oh, my
Notch.
favorite.
And so then they took a chance on me and they let us into Discord back in 2020. Did a few years with them and then a couple of years ago kind of jumped into the North Camp.
Wow.
And yeah, a few breaks in and out, like, you know, dropping out of CC maybe once a year for a couple of months and then coming back up. And that's how it is now. I'm with North, and but very grateful for my times when I was with DC and giving me that
Fair.
chance to get into the top end of competition.
Yep. Yeah. Very cool. Very cool.
Same. Love
So
DC.
Cthulhu and I have kind of crossed paths in the, you know, a few
Mhm.
years ago, kind of, you know, aware of this
Yeah.
gentleman and his legacy within that team too.
Yeah. It's nice to share some airspace with a former DC member. It's awesome.
Oh
Absolutely.
well, look, we like to get people back together. Advertent, by the way, we didn't know the connection, so that's even better.
Oh.
So yeah, that's interesting. So both played HCR1, but only just. Winkster, you've been around probably.
Oh no, I have to correct. I never played previous.
Yeah, never played HCR1, but because 2019 is when I started looking for a team, as in I was bored with the team I was in and started looking for a team. So yeah, that's very interesting. Very interesting. All right.
Winksta, if I might ask,
Yeah.
do you find taking a break from the CC mentally beneficial, or physically, or both? Or tell me about that.
It's definitely for like set peace of mind, because when you're in like a team such as North or Discord, even though there isn't straight pressure from the team, I put pressure on myself. I want to do well, and you can't help but benchmark yourself to your peers and so forth, and like playing this game when when it's always ticking in the back of your mind, it can be a little exhausting. And when you're just like, right, I got to do well, and then you try too hard, and then sometimes once you start to get into a match, you you know the technical conversations that go on within the teams in the channels, it's insane. Like talking about pedal push here at this point, and the referencing and so forth, and the videos that people put up. That you see, I start to then try to finesse a track, to try, get that extra tenth out of it, or even that extra hundredth, and it can then sometimes go a bit wrong, because I'm not quite as skilled as some of these top players. I have some skill, but I certainly don't. I don't owe the natural talents that these top boys do, and that can be quite. I wouldn't say demoralizing, but it wears on you, because you feel like disappear for a couple of months, go play down in the lower ranks or whatever, and then I feel regenerated, and then sort of keen to get back, and like, okay, I want some hard competition again, kind of thing.
Yeah, I hear you.
Excellent. So it's a refresh of the batteries, and then right back into it.
Yeah, and without sounding horrible, you mentioned like getting your guys in your team to in their research points. It's when you see the silly things, like I think this team that I've in, they've purchased the mastery booster like 3 or 4 times now, and it's like, please stop wasting the research points, because it's just that's like, I don't know, a couple of cup races and you're done. That's spent.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you can
Yeah.
invest that into the permanent upwards. So part of the reason I want to go back up is when you're also in a team like, as organized as North, everyone is aware of the game and has a higher level, perhaps a higher understanding than the average sort of. It's not a casual game for people as much when you're in sort of a top team. So you're able to just have those more clinical conversations, and there's just a general understanding of how things should work. You don't have to explain to people, press the right side of the screen to accelerate, press both pedals to use your jump shocks or hit your thrusters, which sadly some people who even playing the game for a long time still don't seem to understand in certain things like that, some of the basics.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's really horrible, doesn't it? It's
Well,
really powerful.
it does.
This game.
But it's the harsh reality of the game we play, because there are people that play it religiously every day, and there are people that play it religiously once a month. If you're lucky. And sorry, Cthulhu, you play it every hour, but that's okay.
Don't give away my secret.
So yeah, it's just I suppose it's just one of those things. We kind of work towards the people we like to be around, and in the game, I must say, playing with fleet kind of does elevate your own abilities. But I can understand where you're coming from, where you go, well, am I really deserving to be on this team if I'm not putting my 100% in? So yeah, no, it's a very interesting predicament. All right, should we start on the community questions?
I have a question before we go there,
Oh, sorry,
Eva.
JR. Sorry, JR. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
After you.
okay. I have a question for Yarso. I have two questions actually. My first question is, how long have you been there of North?
It's been like a couple of years now, maybe something like that. I was like,
Ah,
I
okay.
was in Ohiveto leadership. Then
Mhm,
I was like co-leader there. We
mhm,
merged with, I can't remember. Sorry, Ripa and guys, I can't remember what the team was that we merged with, and it became Sisu Finland. I think
mhm,
it could have been, it was like Sisu at the time, and we were, Ohiveto was renamed to Finland at that point.
mhm,
And then at some point we felt like, okay, there's the class ceiling, we might need to open it up just to not be only for Finnish players. And then we
mhm,
found the previous North team that had mostly Swedish and Norwegian players, and then we merged with them. But at the merge negotiations, we kept like the leadership with, and there was a couple
mhm.
of leaders before me at North before they both Buxbell and Hensu, they took their leave, and then it was like, okay, who should continue? And I was like, I can do it if everyone agrees, and that's kind of how it went.
Okay, so
Interesting.
the other question is, how do you keep a team like North, who is on the top, among the top teams in the CC division? How do you keep it strong and intact and with the best people in the game? How do you do it?
Well, the core has been there from the start, almost from it has been from the start of CC, and when the league system came, and the core has been there. It hasn't like changed that much. But then, of
Mm,
course, sometimes people just say, "No, this is enough for me of this game," and you just have to find new guys there, and some of them stay,
yeah.
some of them visit for a couple of months. It's just
Mm-hmm.
like constant recruiting and just
Yeah.
thinking of what can we do to strengthen the team.
Yeah.
But the main part is that the core stays intact. So you,
Mm,
even if you lose those visitors, you are still strong team. And we have a bit of a feeder system with the Sisu
uh,
Finland, and sometimes we have gotten some Norwegian and Swedish talent too. But
mm-hmm,
now we
mm-hmm,
are more international, so we have a broader pool where we draw players.
Yep.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, that's so cool. Okay, I have another question. Sorry, this third question.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah,
the
that's fine.
rabbit in the game. What is the meaning behind this little rabbit emoji? And are we the same kind of rabbit?
Oh no!
uh, uh, I don't remember when I decided that I will just keep with one. I never changed my looks in the game, and it came from
Oh,
the TV show Friends when they had where Chandler used the bunny costume, and
okay,
I clicked that bunny costume, and I was like, no, that I need to change that face. I need like sunglasses or something,
okay.
and then it just stuck there. And then I put that in my name after a while
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
After the bunny costume had been there, and I was like, I'm gonna roll with this.
Okay. Well, that's cute. I don't want to know
That
what
is
kind of
true.
rabbit I am.
I was thinking it was more so
Is
X
this where
Files
it becomes an
from the
18 plus?
No, no. I was thinking it was more so from the Matrix, where we had to follow the White Rabbit. No.
Okay.
Okay.
Should we
All right. Well,
continue?
I have a question then. I have a follow-up question to that.
Okay. Yeah.
Being a Finnish team, being a Finnish team, and knowing that the game is made in Finland, is there anything that you guys get as an extra for being a Finnish team?
No, I think we should have gotten something at the time we were only finished in, but no, we didn't get anything extra.
Have you ever been to the headquarters of Fingersoft?
No, I haven't been
That's
there.
a long way.
I visited Oulu. I
Long
visited
way.
Oulu at some point, but it was long
Yeah.
time ago. It was before I played this game, so no, I haven't visited there.
Oh.
So how many kilometers roughly are you from Ulu?
I need
700,
to actually check
800, or is
that.
it?
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
700, it's not too bad.
No, yeah, but you Aussies, you drive for like 3 days without stopping and think, oh, now it's time for a little, toilet break. You're a different class when it comes to driving.
We drive for 3 days and we're still in the same state. Yeah.
It's a bit over
Oh, no, been there,
600
done that.
kilometers, so like 7.5 hours,
no.
something like that.
7.5 hours. Yeah. Yep. No, very cool.
But in
All right.
in Finland, it's like if it's over 1.5 hour, you really need to plan it or something. No, you just don't go and like, hey, I'm going there. It's in Finland, we really don't just do that.
Yep.
Wow.
Fair enough.
And it's a
All
lot
right.
nicer to drive
JR.
in the summer distance like
Yeah,
that versus
yeah,
the winter.
Of course. All right. So, JR, did you want to start with the questions?
I would like to start with a question. This question is all the way down on the list of questions. This is the most interesting question that I've seen among the questions. This is from Lattice.
Oh no.
Lattice is
Yeah, I know what's
from
coming.
North.
Ooh.
Chris for
They
Jarso.
both cringed. They all both cringed already. Do you hear that?
I wouldn't say it's a cringe, it's just
Listen
more
Winksta,
preempting knowing what's going to happen.
again. So listen carefully to the listeners. Listen carefully. Is it true that you have strippers in all the team meetings? For what team meeting? The company meeting or the North meeting? What is this meeting?
So we had when we were Ohiveto and we were merging with Sisu, we decided to keep a team meeting like with Ohiveto players that first time, and it was so fun that next year we decided to include everyone from that Sisu Finland team, and we have done these like 3 or 4 times now. Last one was quite a time ago, like a couple of years ago. Was the
So a big
last
meetup, basically.
when we meetup, yeah. And
and then
one of those had a guy called Wipris with us, and he decided at some point that we are gonna need some strippers. So not every time, but once we had strippers, yeah.
Legend.
My
we
God.
have
Yeah,
do you
that's
have
legend.
picture?
Do you have
Wait,
pictures?
hang
No.
on. We need some proof.
No.
Oh my God.
And that's how Tech
I don't have pictures of those.
We don't want to incriminate anybody at all.
Hang on, Eva. This next question should be asked after
Okay.
the first question. This is first. What is the craziest thing that has happened in each of the Finn meetups?
Oh, well, hard to topic, but
I love it already.
I don't think there hasn't been so much like crazy stuff. It's like guys driving some and going drinking and sauna together and having fun, meeting people from different parts and that share the love of the game, and it has been they have been quite nice. We haven't organized that in a couple of years now, but maybe we should again.
Yes.
Just
invite
quickly,
me.
ask up, like, when you say you did the sauna, you're doing sauna. Are you doing it properly, like the normal Finnish way? Because that's probably where the strippers come in. You guys all getting butt naked together.
Well, It was those strippers were
Public
gone
one.
when we went to sauna, but we just
The
went with
morning
them, so I don't know. I don't even remember did we just come back or did it just leave with the strippers? But
Well,
There you go.
interesting. There you go. Interesting.
Yeah, that guy's
See,
an absolute
we-
legend. Yeah.
We used to have meetups in Melbourne for some of the local guys here, but we used to meet at a pub. There was never any strippers.
you should do that, Eva. You should try.
Well,
Try
I'm
something.
a little,
yeah, we always rented some place and stayed there before we went to a bar after that. So
I'm feeling a little bit let down. So maybe I have to organise better for Victoria for
Yeah.
the next one. All right, okay. Under advisement, I'll take that under advisement.
Before we go on, Cthulhu, have you ever met anyone, or did the stripper meet up with the fellow teacher to play?
Our team seems so much more boring now. Lord.
Yeah, I think it's because
Yeah, and I
Tessa
thought-
wouldn't have that.
Right. I mean, I guess technically TNT is a more family friendly game, quote unquote, and somehow I'm still there. So I don't get it.
Yeah.
I've never had strippers play HCR with me.
No, no.
Good. Okay.
Wait a minute, that came out wrong. Never mind.
I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna walk away from that. So
That's what she said.
Cthulhu.
I shout out to Cap A for being just an awesome player and a great human. If you could make a big merge happen, /3+ teams, which teams and why?
Yep, Winksta, could you answer that?
I mean, merge is like I don't want to say a dirty word, but it's kind of something that's not in my mindset. Like, when with my time in DC, there was a lot of and Notch was very much sort of anti sort of merge when it came to like Reddit, various games that Reddit went through in DC, and like there was merges, and you had like Asylum and Supreme, and those they were frowned. They certainly make the game a bit top heavy in one way. But then, I mean, I can understand why some teams do merge. I think it was about a year ago where there was discussions between DC and North, and at that point, I was obviously in North, and I raised a reasonable amount of objection to it, because I think it would, not from a strength thing, it would have been great to have been able to cherry pick some of the DC players, but at that time, but it wouldn't necessarily have been right for the game to suddenly make this super team, and I know other teams have done so, but it comes with a little bit more baggage when you start to do a merge. You've got two teams that have got such a legacy with their play, and as you sort of said, North has got that solid core, also in a stronger position last year, at this time when these sort of discussions started, and so it wasn't going to be an even 50-50, and you always end up with people like on the rough end of the stick. The argument is you make a second team, but then that's kind of then, well, you're the leftovers, and so that doesn't feel great for team spirit, and lo and behold,
Well, you've knocked it on the head. You said 50-50, and there's the problem. There is 50 players on each team who are ranked, and there are certain players that urge other players to get better, who might not be in the top 25, but they're in the top 30 or 35 because of the people they play with in the top 25, and without them, they're not as good. And then if you move them to a team,
and it comes down to, I think, team spirit as well. Like, I enjoyed a lot of my time with DC, but the end and why I left is there was a bit of a shift in what I was getting out of being in that team, with regards to teammates and so forth. And I didn't necessarily agree with the direction that the leadership was taking. And so,
Yep.
if you don't agree with the people that you're following, you need to move on and then slotted into North and different. Maybe it's also the way I may have changed over the years, but it's also North's quite a mature team in the sense of there's a lot of older players.
Yep.
In like I'm in my 40s and there's quite a few in that ballpark as well and older. And so it's what I've come to learn, having lived in Finland for so long. There's a different mindset within the Nordic countries versus parts of the world and so forth, and that gels quite nicely with the way I sort of think.
Yeah.
So
No.
merges can really have negative impact to the community and those teams. So I can't really answer who would I merge, because I wouldn't want to, because I think if you kill everything,
Yeah. Well, therein is the answer.
Yeah, true.
Yep. True. Jarso, what about yourself?
Well, I kind of shared the thoughts with Winksta, but merges now that I have my alt account that has been world touring the teams like 2 years now, and I have been in almost every top team that there has been in CC, and I probably would have made the merge right now. It would be something like French Spirit and maybe Midgard. That was fun place to be. So that would maybe be the ultimate merge right now.
Yep.
Of course, now I'm for next season with my alt. I'm back in DC, so that might change again. So
fair enough.
So you're thick.
I have been with Discord also like six seasons, 6 months maybe with my alt. With every other team too.
JR, do you want to do the next question?
Yes, this next question is from DB Cooper. Thank you for this question. How has the update affected on matchmaking in the CC division? And what was the feeling when you got in CC for the first time? Yarso?
Well, North has been in CC for all the time. It has been the leagues have been there. So
Yeah.
the feeling was long time ago, but I don't remember actually how that felt. But what was the first question again? Like
the
one
first
change
question
for the game, like.
Yeah, we've covered that in the brief before we started the question. So we talked about the newest update.
Newest update, yeah, the matching.
Yeah.
Right.
There wasn't a big change, right?
Well, not really. I mean, yeah, we play like every top team, but we did play last time too. Now it's just that at what point of the season we played. Now, if we won easy match, we get the 4K victory. There's teams like Vortex Empire that get that 4K victory too. And then next matches we play like with those, because the cream rises to the top so fast, and there isn't those pools are much shallower now. When before the update, there was those teams that didn't lose their first games like in 5 or 6 matches. So the tougher matches came in middle of the season, when now they come at the start of the season.
Yep.
And what about you, Winksta? Do you have any thoughts on this?
In terms of how the matchmaking has changed in CC, I think from a North perspective, it's as you said, it hasn't had a huge impact because you play those other teams. But where it certainly has had an impact is those mid-ranked teams, because take a team such as Dirty Talk, they're a pretty solid team, but they would often tread the line of relegation when it was like 50 up, 50 down, because they would always play hard. They would maybe get tight wins, so then they would stay in like the winners pool, and then they would have to face some of the the big team crushing teams such as Empire, Vortex, North, and so forth. And then and all towards the end of the season, then they wouldn't be getting many points, whereas there would be other teams that were leveraging the old matchmaking system, where if you lost your match, you would go into like a lower pool of losers, and so teams were deliberately throwing matches just to lose so that they had a potential to get easier wins, in the next round, or an easier opponent, should they? To the point where some teams would deliberately lose multiple matches to get down and those empty teams, which plague CC as well, to get free. And that would then make them rise to the top and knock teams, such as Dirty Talk or Lowlands, for example, down out of CC, which was very unfair. Whereas now, what we've seen this season, Dirty Talk is sort of they're like in the top 20, and feels like the pecking order is a lot better now. Like if you look all the way down through the division, but it's still early days, as I mentioned earlier. So I'm sure
Yeah.
ticks of
There's
some
gonna be
variety
people
will
who
start to show that.
Yeah, they'll game it and work around it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because
Okay.
humans.
Yeah.
Yep,
Mm.
definitely.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Eva, your question?
I was going to ask. We've got a question from the Lex. He's asked the question, "What's the deal with the carrot?" But JR has actually asked about the rabbit, so we don't need to ask. Ask the question: Are you tired of winning yet?
Never. Absolutely
So
never.
I can ask for the other side. For him, it's never. He's
Yes.
always keen. He's always keen. That's why he has his ult, and he likes pushing his ult into other teams.
That's exactly what I would expect by top tier teams.
What?
No, very cool. Cthulhu, your question?
God's Wheeler. Okay, there. For both of you, what keeps you going in the game? The team, the competition, or the nostalgia? That's actually a really good question.
It is a really good question. Winksta, do you want to go first?
Yeah, it's kind of an addiction ultimately, I guess. I don't know. I've been playing for so long and very functional or systematic. Like I'll always go in for my first tickets at say 2:00 in the afternoon. That's kind of, and so that I know that my tickets are renew at 2, 4, and got mental now.
2, 6,
At
and
2,
10.
6, and 10. Yeah.
Yep.
So much so that throughout the day, I kind of slightly sense, if I've done my tickets, it must be close to, refill. And so it's just, I don't know. There's definitely something about this game that is enjoyable, and there's so many different aspects to it that many can enjoy. Being in a team like North and having that end of the competition definitely alluring. Like I said, I've been taking a bit of a break and now potentially coming back today. Jarso and I are working out my pay grade. So there's some discussions there. And so, yeah, it's, I don't know, just having that competition and just seeing the amazing things that people do. The nostalgia for me doesn't hit so hard. I know I tend to forget a lot of stuff in that respect. I don't get caught up in the past. I try to always move forward. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, Fingersoft haven't quite put the wrong thing in yet. There's a lot of things that bug me about it, but ultimately most of it's good. So I'm not quite there. Considered deleting the account a few times, but can't quite go without just yet.
Yeah. It's interesting you say that you play at 2, 2, 6, and 10, 7, 11, 3. So I know that just after dinner, I can play my tickets. Just before I go to bed, I can play my tickets. I wake up in the morning, I've got 4 tickets. I can play 4 back to back.
I mean, this harks back to when we only were able to get 2 tickets banked at a time.
2 tickets.
Before we were able.
Yeah. So
that was a habit that started years ago.
Yeah,
Because
same.
it was like
Same.
Play the ticket just before going to bed at 2, and then have to sacrifice the 6. Maybe, I don't know. I'd wake up early, just because I'm a night owl and I only do 4 to 5 hours of kip a night anyway. So
yeah. Well, I would set it so that I knew that 11 o'clock was my reset time. So I'd play 2 tickets at 10:50, and then by the time I'd finished my second ticket, the next 2 were ready, so I could play 4 tickets together. and that way
Absolutely.
I got more practice. But that all changed when
Mhm.
now he's off. Okay, so Jarso, what keeps you in the game? Is it the team, the competition, or the nostalgia?
Well, definitely the team and the community we have built in North. That's definitely one thing, but you could say it's an kind of addiction. I have 2 accounts. I played them both equally, way too much per day, and yeah. But ultimately, it's the team and the community that coming back and gives me the motivation to grind.
Yep, fair enough. So JR, your question with Go Santa?
The question from Go Santa is, who is the best HCR2 player starting with the letter G? Can you
Ooh,
can
that's
can
a
you think of
tough
a
one.
name? Yarsa?
Yeah,
Probably,
I mean,
yeah.
well, in North we have a player called Gorgon. That was first that came to mind. I really
Mm-hmm.
don't. I think Go Santa was looking for answer Go Santa.
Yeah, I
But
think so too.
I'd have to.
I think so too.
I'd have to go with. I'd have to go with Gorgon.
Yeah.
Nice, nice.
And who do you think it is?
Yeah, I mean, there's not many G's, and yeah, it's quite obvious he wanted his name. But I don't know who he is from that perspective. But yeah, again, there's this US dude, Jeezy, I think is how he says his name. He's got a couple of accounts. He's
Oh, I forgot.
always
I forgot
impactful.
him.
It's
Mm-hmm.
always impactful wherever he goes. So let's give a shout
Oh,
out
I
to Jeezy.
forgot him. Yeah, he's definitely one of the top players in the game. So
Yeah.
I might have to change my answer. Sorry, Gorgon.
Yeah. Okay.
You can't give
Okay.
credit to a Norwegian, can you? You just couldn't bring it to yourself, could you?
Well, Norway isn't that bad. If it was a Swedish player, I wouldn't have even mentioned him.
All right. So I have a question from R Diddy. So it's a question for both of you. So I'll ask you one at a time. But what hobbies do you have outside of HCR2, Yaso?
I play floorball. Well, I think Winksta knows what floorball is, but I don't know if you guys even know what it is.
No
What
idea.
is
I
floorball?
think
Yeah, it's like
you
well,
probably could call it Unihoc, maybe, to make it
No.
more understandable. It's kind of like hockey inside, but like with a airflow ball. You know,
Okay.
hockey means like yeah, they run around. You know, as opposed to
Ah,
being on skates.
this
Yep.
is cool.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, I played that since I was a kid, and I still
Mm-hmm.
play. Uh, not so much anymore, but once a week, a couple times a week, and
Mm-hmm.
then at summer I disc golf. So only with friends, not in high level, and I'm not so good. But
You
those are my
disco.
hobbies outside of the game.
You disco. We've
Disc
got to
golf.
explore
Disc golf.
golf. Oh, I was thinking John
Disc golf.
Travolta. I was thinking
Yeah,
Disco
no,
John
Sport.
Travolta. Right.
no.
Sorry. I was thinking of you in a one piece, in a white one piece with an open front,
Yeah, the bunny
and
suit.
dancing across the dance floor. Disc golf. Okay. All right. That's much better picture in my mind now. After we talked about the stripper and the sauna, I was not wanting to go anywhere near this dancing, this disco dancing. But disc golf, I can really put my hand behind. Yeah, definitely disc golf. Yep. Excellent. Excellent. All right. What about you, Winkster? Do you have any hobbies outside of the game?
Not so much these days because I've got young kids, so
Okay.
they kind of demand most of my time. But yeah, I like to drink some beers and play video games. Like I'm a console guy, but I
Yep.
like the tough stuff like Dark Souls. Um, yeah, those kind of open RPGs. What am I playing at the moment? Trying to play. lost it. Oh yeah, Mortal Shell. Kind of got back to that. I don't know.
Okay.
So yeah, other gaming platforms essentially. Drinking beer,
Yep.
but
No,
I'm not
fair enough.
pretending to my kids.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Welcome to Bell. You're welcome to say hello if you want, or you can just listen in. No, not gonna talk. That's fine. Oh, he is gonna say.
Hi.
There you go.
Hello.
Cthulhu, your question from Mr. Beefeater.
Mr. Beefeater, old school player. Who is the best player, Turtle or Yarso? Plenty of people currently on the team are better than both. It's like a sideways sort of like jab to get you to a little goad to get you. A shout out to Turtle, who I think is amazing.
I think
So
we have
there's
to
your
ask
question, Turtle or Yarso?
I think we have to ask Winksta that question because Jarso might be a little bit too biased in this.
Oh, I have stats to back me up. Then
There we go. He's gonna cry. Yeah, I mean, I know. I see Yasso at the top of at the top of the table more often. So
Okay.
All
right.
So what you have to go by, really.
I love that Jarso said he had stats to back it up because, technically correct is the best kind of correct.
Yeah. Always. Always. JR, your question?
Here is a question from Barbie. Who is the most influential player in the game and why Alice? Yarso? Who is Alice, by
Yeah.
the way?
Barbie is Alice.
Oh!
They were pulling the Go Santa trick.
Yep.
No, but, like his game name is, I don't know if he has changed it, but it has been Alice at least, and he's in the team 19th hole now. So I think he has such a name in the server for Barbie, but the question is quite tough actually. I mean, of course, Veresak has big following, so he might be the most influential. I might not like the guy, but at least he has done something with his name. So,
yep. What about you, Winkster?
Yeah, I mean, definitely varies up there, and I think Zorro got quite a lot of influence as well.
Yeah.
Quite a following because had the privilege of playing with him in the past, like competitively back in DC, and then more recently before he went to Vortex, I had like an alt account that when he was doing one of his reset teams was jumping in and out of that, well, all the time. So, but yeah, like the impact that they both have, the sway that they can have over the community to like make things happen. Like recently with the adventure debacle with when Fingersoft wanted to allow you to have extra stars even if you hit respawn. The the waves of people that were following like what Zorro was asking to happen was quite impressive and ultimately the right thing to do.
Yeah, it was the right thing to do. I mean, DaBell spoke.
People that I was going to say, DaBell's name is a name that I recognise from the adventure scene.
Yeah. So DaBell messaged me privately and said, I'm quitting. This is it. They've just ruined adventure for everybody. And the comments that went up on the Fingersoft site and the Discord server and all that sort of stuff, kind of just backed everybody else's decisions and thoughts about what that meant. So yeah, there was a lot of turmoil about that, and Zorro was vocal. So was Verishek.
I haven't seen Fingersoft do so quick 180 in anything before that adventure change. They just took that away very quickly.
As a moderator, I have to interject that the community explosion was off the charts. And I'd have to say it was probably the biggest reaction I've seen since becoming a moderator in 2019.
Yep. There you go. But yeah, I mean, and I've watched DaBell grow stars like he's watering them at home. He's got his own garden. He just grows his own stars. But I think the most favorites 3 million, and his comment response to that was, "That's great. You've only got 3.4 million to go."
Well, you did walk into that one.
I did. It cut me deep, but that's all right. That's all right. I'm now at 3.4 million, and he's over 7, so it's very interesting. Anyway,
Show me on the Mark One where DaBell hurt you.
everywhere, all over. Yeah, there was no roof. You know, the spare tire had fallen off the back. Yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible. Here is a question from Eli. There's 2 E's in his name, or their name, so I don't know whether it's just Eli.
It's like in Finland it's like Eeli.
Early.
Oh.
Oh, there you go. Now I've been
Gosh.
taught.
Yeah.
Now I've been taught.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's early. Okay. What do you think would make the game more appealing? As do you feel? I like this question a lot. I like this question a lot. So, what do you think? And this is mainly to Jarso. Oh, actually, no, it's probably to both of us, both of you. So, what do you think would make the game more appealing for competitive players? Do you think Fingersoft is missing an opportunity by not focusing more on this aspect? Winksta.
Oh man, that's a pretty tough question, because like, are we elevating this to competition such as like going esports route? Obviously not, because that's not them. It's just, I don't think there's enough in the game to do that. Competitive players, I think they need to improve their team event offerings in the respect that make it a little bit more fair between each stage, so that you know there's often one map or one stage that is like the most critical. You know, like you get a couple of of the rounds where it's like at 15k relatively free for some players, and then it's all about this one other stage, and whoever can dominate that the most wins. Like, is the highest scorer. There needs to be a lot more balance with that, and also sometimes they always want to pair like how do I put this? Like, you'll have one where you've got to do like a multi jump and then a distance in the same ticket, and so like it might take 4 or 5 minutes to run that ticket, whereas then like following week you have like a 4-stage time attack, and it's like bash 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 done. When tickets take too long to run, that can also be a little bit tedious from that. So I think just a reimagining of like how they actually do what their actual events are, because you get some that are just absolutely awful, and it feels like it's been a long time since there's been any that are like enjoyable, like, yes, this feels good, but of course it's different strokes for different folks. One person hates, another person likes, so
Yeah. Oh, look, we're all different in that respect. Yeah, okay. What about you, Yarso?
Well, they actually did in this 2.0 update, they did the winner gets the extra trophies, so that actually makes the thing more competitive, because now it's not beneficial to take that tiny loss. So you actually get something from winning the game, and not just the points of the what you have made in the match. So they actually did that already, but I don't know. Maybe there could be something like a playoff system, and maybe just a little bit more focus for that top end, because the top end is also, I think, most active in the community. But of course, they probably wouldn't get that as much money from just that tiny portion of players, so they have to focus more on the big part of the community. So I don't know how they would implement that. So
yeah,
but maybe something like playoff system would be quite nice.
Yep. Yeah,
and we're still waiting for that banner as well, where they promised. Back when CC was first started, CC champion was meant to get a banner.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Listening.
And with the power of Vortex, they're going to be a bit greedy with that. So you can wait for them to dissolve first.
I don't think that's going to happen very quickly. I don't think, unless the money runs out. That was a really, really lovely question. and they've got 2 more questions, but I might come back to them and ask them on my next round. So, JR, do you want to ask the next question from Mickey?
Yeah, here's a question from Mickey, and this is for for Yarso. How many girlfriends have you got by playing this game? And if you could make him a co-leader,
Please.
please,
Uh,
pretty please.
no, I haven't got any girlfriends for playing the game. And for the co-leader part, I would absolutely love to make Mickey a co-leader, but I don't know if he really wants to be a co-leader or just the name of co-leader.
I think it's just a title.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
In saying that, I didn't get girlfriends from this game, but I did get a marriage proposal.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, when I
Was it
joined.
Reese?
No, it wasn't Reese. When I joined Team Cat back in the day, Tessa said to me that I'll probably get marriage proposals. People think I'm a female, and she wasn't wrong. But it was a bit of a laugh. Okay, you have another question, Cthulhu, from Mr. Beefeater. You're very lucky.
Mr. Beefy. Yeah, this is a pretty interesting question. And I'm going to preface this question with I have one account, and I've only ever had one account. Mr. Beefeater asks thoughts on pick crew members with 14 accounts receiving gifts and playing on all other top teams except North.
Winksta?
I'm going to just straight up hand this one over to Yarso because he's got way more of an opinion on this than I have.
Yeah, I think this question is pointed to Verashak, or how do you pronounce it? But
Close. That's very good.
yeah, I think, how do I say this to not get in trouble? Yeah, I think he has a way too big an unfair advantage with those every freebies all the freebies he gets from Fingersoft. So he really don't. I mean, of course, he has grinded the game. He has played the game a lot, but having that many account with so little driving, always maxed, always get the practice with the. I don't know how many accounts he uses for practice before posting video right away, and all that, and he can just spread those accounts across the top of the CC to take away points from. Well, obviously lately it has been like North has been the Vortex main competitor, but he is in 4 or 5 different teams, and I really doubt he plays with his like Bavona account that much against Vortex or Empire. So we actually counted one season he took away like 1,000 points from North just with his accounts only. So
Okay.
I think he has way too big unfair advantage with that, getting everything for free and getting the free practice with like he starts the event right away when it starts, and he plays multiple tickets. I don't know how he does it. Does he have how many accounts, or does he just take it to new 7th division team to start new match all over again, just to get the one video? So for me, I think that's way too big unfair advantage. I mean, of course, there are players that have multiple accounts. That's fine for me if they actually do drive them all, grind them all, but getting everything for free and then use that competitively, that the free gifts he gets, that's really unfair for me.
Okay. Well, I'm not defending him or Fingersoft, but I will say that the account that he does get the gifts for are not in a Division CC team. I know that for a fact because all of the videos he makes are from a account. Well, the videos he makes when he's using a new part or a new car, that is on an account which is in his YouTube team, which Tessa is also a member of. So the new stuff, the freebie stuff, is not in the CC division. I know that for a fact. But part of what you're saying is there is so many accounts that he can play on, that he has so much more experience before the team event even that you think is an unfair advantage. And I think that's a true unfair advantage.
I mean, he does have, like, those accounts he have, their CP and everything might not be there, but he always have everything maxed when he plays. And it's
Yep.
all the accounts and driving him is little. And I really doubt he uses his own money that much to buy everything.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
of course, I can't
Fair
be
enough.
sure. I can't be sure, but it seems like it's more like freebies than him actually playing or buying stuff.
Yep. Fair. All right.
Of course, he has done a lot for this game, and he advertised it a lot. I don't take anything away from that. I just think it has turned into just so big unfair advantage that it shouldn't be possible.
Okay. Yeah.
For the competitive standpoint.
Yeah. No. Agreed. Cthulhu, your stand on that?
I'm kind of unsure how to handle that. Because like, yeah, I can see that being an advantage, too much of an advantage. So I don't really know if I have a comment to say other than I guess I look at it from the aspect of being the player on YouTube that people encounter first. And I think it's more gateway into the hill climb racing 2 YouTube universe. But I don't know. I hadn't really considered it, and suddenly I'm like, I don't know if I have an answer.
Yeah, fair enough. And then you've also got to consider the other million Vershaks that are all spelt incorrectly.
I love to collect screenshots of fake Vershaks.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
gosh.
All the Vershaks that are spelt incorrectly.
Mhm.
All right. What do you think of on a PC with an emulator? Should that be allowed? And I'll start with you, Winkster.
It depends on how it's done. So, like, obviously, can emulate, and if you're literally using it, in the capacity that's similar to like a normal device, like a phone or a tablet, where you got essentially two buttons, that's great. But where there's grey areas and where there's complications is obviously with the now to use the kangaroo setup, you have to be really fast on the jump shocks, like the depressing attack, to make it effective. And that can be scripted within that can be mapped to a single button to get that, along with nitros being able to be mapped, and now the ATV hook, and you can even map it to be any combination. And so, whereas in principle, I'm not opposed to people using emulation when they then step into those grey areas and then start to utilize the extra tools that you can on a device like that, where they cheat and take advantages and script things and map multiple buttons, and so that you can do these pushes in ways that you just can't physically do when holding a device.
Yep, fair enough. DaBell, you want to say something?
Yes, actually.
So quickly, welcome DaBell.
Hi.
By all means, knock yourself out. Say something.
I don't know. Like, that's an interesting point about map, like buttons and whatever. Like, I play on PC personally, so I like have a bit of an opinion about this. The whole like mapping of buttons and all that. That's like, yes, you can map the same button to both keys, which means you could technically hit a jump shock with both keys, like with one key, like pressing one key and doing a jump shock. But at a high level, like you press one pedal for longer than another one to like get like a certain rotation of your car. Like, I don't feel like that would be that useful. And then like the nitro and the grappler, like on ATV, like I guess playing on PC would be an advantage, perhaps, because it's easier to, like, especially on ATV, if you're using Nitro and the grappler, it might be easier. Like, but at the end of the day, like, isn't that much of a difference. The thing about PC that I think is more of an issue is the ability to change the FPS you're playing on.
Yep.
Like, I know that can be done on like some phones as well, but like, there's been a lot of like issues with that. Like, I've played a tournament where there's a container that would like only spawn a certain way on like a certain FPS, like in a time attack track, and a lot of people had problems with that. And also, like in the glacier tracks, like where there's like the geysers, the amount of have determines how much like water or lava comes out of the geyser. Like, that can have an advantage or a disadvantage, like what your FPS is.
Very interesting. I'd never known about the frames per second thing and how that affected the gameplay.
I mean, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken, it also has an impact on how landing boost works. If you've got a higher FPS, you kind of need to actually react even faster, if I'm not mistaken.
FPS, basically, there's more frames to do inputs on. Another thing, there was a problem recently. They added that crow, and people were using that in team event. Yeah, and we found, like, 'cause I'm in Vortex, and some people were complaining about how like people were using it in the team event, and then like other people's games were crashing because they used the crow, because the crow's like animation, the animation speed wasn't capped, so it would like try to use a lot of your device's processing power to make the wings flap as fast as possible. Like on my PC, like they would flap at like an unbelievable speed, and that was like causing some people's games to crash.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, but they fixed that, thankfully.
They fixed that. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, but like ultimately, like, obviously DaBell, you say you play, but going back to what I said, and what you've mentioned, mapping of buttons, these things can happen. And so, like I say, from your experience, it doesn't necessarily give an advantage to the way that you need to play. But what I'm saying is it can happen, and it does happen, and people do sort of use scripts to kind of make sure that their inputs are short when using, Kangaroo, because I'm an older dude, so like sometimes I have to really focus to make sure I tap, properly, so I'm not lingering on the brake, so it slows you down. And I've seen chatter within communities where people have openly said that they do these things. So that's where I have a problem with it. When people are actually exploiting the tools available to them.
Yep.
Not saying everyone that uses emulators and plays on PC does that. It's certainly not the cash that I'm putting in. It's just for those dishonest ones, and there are a lot of them. That's where the problem is.
I would just say that there are reasons why emulators are not supported anymore. And anything that happens, the official line, if anything happens to your account using an emulator, that's on you. And these are all valid reasons on why that is that way. So just putting that out there.
Yep. Jarso, did you want to have an opinion on this as well, or?
Well, it was actually a bit. It opened my eyes a bit when DaBell said that he uses that, and it really isn't for him at least those extra buttons. But it, of course, it gives an advantage if you just play with your phone or tablet, pressing that ATV while you actually steer. You need to even use third finger, and I think not a lot of people can actually do that. Like physically, you have to put your index finger somewhere, and that makes it, of course, advantage. And ultimately, it's a mobile game, so there shouldn't be that advantage. So I wouldn't. For me, the emulator should be banned, but of course, there are people that use it like dishonestly, and that's also the reason I don't like it. But it's tough matter there.
Yep, fair. JR, did you want to ask a question from Vilgor?
Yeah, he has a few questions. First question is, what vehicle do you think got the best improvement from Masteries? Yarso, you can go first.
Best improvement. Uh,
Mhm.
it's tough because first Masteries game it was like sports car, and it actually got that car on par with other cars. But now when
Mhm.
everything else has Masteries, two sports cars are back to being quite cheap
Mhm.
actually.
Mhm.
If you don't have those super fingers to use the Samsung probably and that.
Mhm.
But
Yep.
I think biggest is probably for bus to not have to actually take those passengers off. So time attacks with bus are now a lot faster than they were
Mm.
before.
Yeah.
And then there's of course those moonlighter dome gliding and everything else.
Mhm.
But it's tough to say. They have done it so that most cars actually do get the big advantage with masteries.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the biggest improvement it's hard to pinpoint. It's
Yeah.
mostly where you use it and how you use them. Like
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm more of a team event player. I don't that much. I
Mhm.
play. Very rarely play adventure.
Yeah.
So for me, it's all about what do you need in the team event.
Yeah. 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 That makes sense. Okay. Wingsta, what about you? A vehicle with the best improvement.
I think for me, Rock Bouncer has made it
Mhm.
playable because I those soft tires now that they've got hard tires and with the extra
Mhm.
cam and so forth, it makes it a vehicle I'm not that I'd happily use, it's a monster adventure and it's really fast
Yeah.
in time attack. So for
Mhm.
me, it's a Rock Bouncer, but
Mhm.
also I kind of like the Beast in its engine mode. Always had a bit of a soft spot
Oh.
for the Beast.
Yeah.
It just makes it a bit fun, but it completely changed the way that vehicle works. But it's
Mhm.
obviously very niche in what it's for. But
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
ultimately, Bouncer is like that's the
Mhm.
biggest change for me.
Okay. Cool.
What about you, Cthulhu? What do you think is the
Yeah.
best improvement from mastery in vehicles?
Rock Bouncer is super, super solid with the Masters,
Okay.
but I think for me, the clear winner is Racing Truck.
I was just going to say the same thing.
Oh.
Oh
Yeah, I was
yeah,
going to say
yeah.
the
Racing
same thing.
Truck is unbelievably good with Masteries. But
Mhm.
Dune Buggy's amazing too. Just saying. But like I think Racing Truck has been the best so far and like the gold standard. For like this is
Mhm.
unbelievably good. Almost too good.
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah, yeah. Look, I loved Rock Bouncer.
Yeah, I didn't notice that big of a difference in Dune Buggy, but yeah, with or without masteries, if you compare racing truck, it's day and night difference.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. And to me, I always liked Rock Bouncer with the soft tires.
Me
I mean, the
too.
hard tires made it better, but I think it was a great vehicle before the mastery, and all they've done is make it fly faster and go a little bit better up a hill. But it was always pretty good to start with for me.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, his next question is, aside from North, what other teams do you respect in CC? Yarso, can go first.
I respect all the teams in CC. Well, not all. I don't like those teams that use the system like for their ideas, like leaving the team for D1 and just can come back to CC next season, leave team empty. Those I don't respect, but I do respect the teams in top of the CC. I may not like all of them, but I do
Mm.
respect because I know what do you need to keep the team afloat, keep the team at the
Yeah.
top. I do know
Hmm.
what kind of work needs to be done.
Yeah.
So I
That's.
do respect them. I don't like every team, but I respect them.
Mm-hmm. And what about you, Winksta?
Yeah, a pretty vanilla answer from me. Similar. It's like those teams that were sort of taking advantage of the old matchmaking system, and those that kind of have their reward teams that they they degrade what it's about. And then you've got, so many teams are working hard. We're all here, we're all people doing the same thing, so there's no reason to have any
Yeah.
like disrespect. And so
Mhm.
it's just
Mhm.
there's a mutual respect, and it's fun to have those rivalries. Like
Mhm.
it kind of makes the competition like between the teams
Mhm.
like DC, Empire, and when you've had those rivalries that span over many, it's what's part of the drive. So you've got to respect your opponent in
Yeah.
that respect.
Mhm. This is a question for Yarso, and a very straightforward question. Who is the most recent person you have considered kicking or demoting from the team?
Most recent one, there was this young French guy called Alvin that we had in a team for a little bit, and I
Yeah.
warned him once or twice that you really have to shut up in the server, because the team's older than most of the teams, and there
Yeah.
are grumpy old guys like Winksta there. So
Absolutely.
so you really have to tone it down and stop. We were at the summer. North has those relaxed vacation months from
Yeah.
June to August, and he
Mhm.
was there shouting people that they need to push, they need to play, and I was like, no, shut up. We tell it if we if we see it necessary. We will ask the players to push, but we don't want player that has been in a team for a week to ping people to push. And ultimately, I had to kick him because he just didn't stop. But other than that, I haven't really considering keys. Like
Mhm.
there hasn't been. Well, we had a bit of a quarrel inside the team.
Mhm.
The reasons for that were mostly my alt account and me scoring against my own team. But
Mhm.
there was a moment I thought that maybe if I were in the heat of the moment, I thought that maybe that I want to kick this guy out. But
Mhm.
then it was like, yeah, he has been there for a long time and he has his reasons, and I can see his point.
Yeah.
But I just can't stand back with my alt even if it's against my own team. So it is what it is,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
those things have been settled. So
Mhm. Okay, so take note, everyone. Don't annoy Yarso. Don't be annoyed. Whose turn is it to ask the next question? I
I
lost
believe
track.
it is me.
It is you.
Okay.
Yes, it is you.
Yeah.
This is a great question from Veer. I'm kind of curious about the answers here. Do you worry Masteries is making it too hard for new players to max out and therefore kills the game in the long run? I think we'll go Yarso.
yeah,
What do you think?
yeah, absolutely. So I started my alt account like 3 years ago. At that point, it was hard to get that in the same level that my main account is. But I wouldn't even dream of starting new account today. There's so much things you need, and it's too big gap to get
Yeah.
you to the level that you actually can use those every vehicle like they are supposed to now. So
Mhm.
for me, I think it actually absolutely is something that could kill the game, because new players that can't get to the level that they need to compete when the guys stop playing from the top. So it slowly kills the game, I think. So yeah.
Excellent. Winksta, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, the Masteries are a challenge just from that financial perspective in the game. So I actually do have an alt, and it's only a couple of years old, and I don't play it as religiously as the main one. It was just there as the missus got a new phone, then they gifted a free tablet, so it's like, oh, let's stick the game on here, and
Mhm.
and just kept growing the garage, um and yeah, that's in a situation where like I can't even consider masteries much unless it's like, for example, the Moonlander's first mastery, the bus mastery, you have to cherry pick, because even now I'm struggling. I can't grade vehicles to max to even unlock like the trickle effect of doing mastery, because there's just not enough coin. But I think that's also my situation, because I'm not playing that as my only account. That slows down the process. So, but like for someone now to start, they would, they'd have to play it pretty hardcore, just to even have a go at it. And I think if we go back 4 masteries, it would take a year or two to be able to get your accounts into a solid state where you had enough parts, where you'd collected the parts, where you could even upgrade your vehicle. So this is just that extra step now that just, makes it take much longer to kind of get that top end competitive account and stuff like that. So
I started my alt 2022, December 2022, and it was the prime time for starting an alt at the time, because fast forward a bit and the adventure tracks started being held back by adventure tokens. So I ran the alt account wholly and solely for team events. And if I needed a vehicle for the team event, I would get that vehicle and I'd upgrade it. But I'd only upgrade the parts and bits that I needed for that vehicle for that team event. So I still have on my alt, I still have parts collected for stuff that I have not upgraded. But the biggest factor in all of it will always be coins, because there's, I don't know, I don't even want to know how many billion coins you now need to maximize your account, let alone do mastery as well, because mastery's added another couple of billion to the number. And currently my alt has 4 vehicles that are mastered to the 4th part, but I haven't paid for those 4th parts yet. I've got the XP for those 4 vehicles.
Yes.
Added extra million to the 4th part, because at the moment I don't need it in a team event. So that's how I've been kind of saving money on that account. But I mean, I went into masteries and the alt with 20 million coins up my sleeve, and I'm now sitting on bare bones, waiting for the next big thing, so I can splurge another million on the next update.
I think the addition that makes it harder is the turnover of or the introduction of new vehicles has ramped up significantly in the last year or so, like the last sort of 18 months to 2 years. That drains it. Like when Mastery started, my main had 60 million surplus, and now I'm struggling. I can't keep up, especially with the rumored new vehicle coming December. I'm like, okay, I've had to do what you've done. Like I've got some masteries like Superbike and Dune Buggy ready to unlock the 4th part, but not. Can't spare the coin, even on this account that I've had 6 years.
Yeah. Well, on my main, I'm still sitting on 100 million, but again, I went into Mastery, the start of Mastery, with 135 million.
Yeah.
Now down to
I shot myself in the foot after the CCEV came, because I stopped running cups. That's so like I could have been in a better position, but 3-4 years ago Mastery was not even a speck on the horizon that anyone knew about. So
Yep.
Cups is your number one coin earner for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't enjoy it. I'm here for team events. And
That's the other end of
position, I didn't need any more parts at that point. The only reason I've been playing cups now is when a new vehicle comes and you're grinding out for the parts, trying to get those. As soon as the last part's been found, stop.
I use cups to run a new vehicle. I'll run a new vehicle in cups for a month, so then I get used to the vehicle, and then I'll do a bit of adventure with it. So I get a better feeling for how it plays when I get it. But again, it's like everything. It's you do what you can. You know what I mean? There was another question from Barbie. On a scale from beef to Nilox, at what age do you think a player peaks at Kanga? We'll start with Jarso.
Yeah, so those are, well, Beefeater probably isn't that old, but there's an inside joke in North that he is older than everyone, and Nilox actually might be the oldest player we have.
How old do you think Nilox is?
I mean, we know.
I think he just turned. If I don't
Okay.
Yeah, he
remember
did,
that
but I don't know if we
incorrectly.
should be exposing that.
No, that's all right. Well, I'll delete that. But that's yeah. It was more so. I was just curious because I'm 52. JR just turned 50.
Yeah.
DaBell's
No, in EULA
What?
it says you have to be 13 or above. So I am 13 or above.
I'm 52, about to turn 53.
I just burleyed up the water and I caught a fish. There you go.
Uh, I already sent the report, but yeah. So back to the answer. So yeah. So those guys are both pretty old, and I think I don't know if Nilox is actually the oldest player. We have old players, like a lot of them. So there's been the thing that when the team event is about the usual time attacks and something like that, North drives. When there's the time shocks, North absolutely. I think the peak time for those jump sacks is there in players' teens, maybe, just because you need faster fingers for that.
Yep. No problems. What about you, Winkster?
Yeah. Probably about 10 years ago. If you know, because maybe more.
Okay.
I feel the pinch. I'm up in their age bracket, and I certainly feel the pinch when it comes to doing jump shocks.
Yep. Yeah. It took me about. I reckon it was only about 12 or 8 months, 8 to 12 months ago that I worked out that hitting jump shocks at different points before you landed gave you different outcomes. I was always struggling just to get the both of them at the same time on the ground. Now I've realised you've got to get them both at the same time at the ground, and you've got to do jump shocks just before or just after or just in between, and it's like it's opened up a whole new another level of yeah, oh my god, I can't do this still. But I persevere because I still like to try and be as young at heart as possible.
Yeah, like I'm at my 30s, and I consider myself more in top level of the jump shocks. But then there's the whole other tier with these youngsters that are doing things with jump shocks that I can't even imagine doing, and I'm definitely not a bad player with jump shocks. So
Yep.
there's that another tier there that I'm there. I'm really good with them, but I'm not at that god tier that those guys like Charo and in our team will go and shock and those guys are. So
Yep. And you, Winkster?
Yeah, I think I've been gaming for so long, and my brain is predisposed to that. If you want to jump higher, you hold down for longer. I can't shake that. You know, it's a case of so like you try to hit your jump shocks, and then I'm like holding on the screen. I'm like, stop that, and you know, have to really focus on just like the light tap. And so
Yep.
I'm failing with the excuse that, you know, having been gaming for so long, well, you know, it's just been taught to jump higher and to get better results. You kind of, you know, push for longer, kind of thing.
Yep. Question from you, JR, from Mickey.
Yes, this is the question from Mickey. He says, when was the peak of team event racing in this game? When do you think was the peak? Yarso.
the peak. Well, the team events are evolving all the time,
Yeah.
and but I think the peak maybe was before they changed it to 15k, the max points, and
Oh, okay.
maybe when not every track was 10k. There was like there was those those events where it actually was like every track were at that CK part and actually well in every track mattered more than now. It's like if you do well in one track, you will get a higher score than even if you absolutely ace the 3 others and just a bit to fail in that one.
Yeah.
So I think the peak was there, but it's evolving all the time. So they are like better now, but absolutely the peak in the competition was there when there was those events where it wasn't one track end.
Yeah. And you, Winksta, what do you think is when is the peak of the team event?
Christmas 2019, when I only had like a 3K garage, and then they opened up this event where we were using the sleds and the dinghy, and so therefore it's a level playing field, and I absolutely annihilated everyone in my team, and that's what gave me the bug of enjoying team events. Since then, I've been chasing that dragon. No event has ever compared to that.
Yep.
I'm so happy that you still remember the date and year.
Yeah, that was a real eye opener about team events. But in a more sort of a serious thing, I don't know. It's like, I think as you start to progress in the game and you start to then become a bit more hyper focused on the events, and you're playing it a bit more competitive, kind of almost forget how enjoyable they can be because you're so focused on, right, I got to get this right. And so as your mind shifts, it changes the way you view them. But I think, similar to echo what Yarsa was saying, like the 15K introduction, it didn't really change it. I mean, it's nice to get bigger score, but they kind of gave a bit of a glass ceiling to some extent.
Yeah.
Harping back to something I've said about they need to rebalance the way they do the scoring for each stage. But it was fun to be able to target those 40K, and have that achievement when you were able to sort of get that full score. Never personally achieved it, but the fact that you could, that definitely made that was kind of like the carrot to chase, so to speak. And now with this 15K model, obviously we've had one scenario when it was like at the beginning of this year, I believe, when there was 5 jumps in a row, and our man here, Yarso's, managed to ace it with a 75K.
Wow.
Having that is fun, but yeah, it's definitely been a few years, it feels, but I think that's because the competition kind of takes over the enjoyment sometimes.
Yeah. Okay, his other question is, what is the best moment in your CR2 team event racing career, and what is the worst? Best and worst of your racing career. Winksta, go first.
My horror story is a match against North when I was in DC back years ago. It was an event where first 3 tracks, basically you could get 10K. I entered it, got the 10K in each song. I'm sitting on 30K in the final track. Don't remember the name of the track itself, but it's in the mines. It was where we was using Chopper. It's not, and this was when there was no limit to the amount of special tickets you could do, and I could not finish. And the reason it's so devastating is at that time I was there on the local leaderboard as literally even being faster than TSV in the time attack on that track, and I had the potential to take the win. And I hit ×2, ×4, ×8, ×16, and just choked them all. I was devastated.
Oh my god.
So that was brutal. So the introduction of ticket limits is kind of nice because it stops you putting yourself in that horrible situation. That was a rough one. But then a highlight is possibly more recently as North when I finally got on the damn podium, because that's no easy feat, and that was nice.
Congrats.
Very
So,
cool. Yeah.
Good work. Good work.
I think it's because everyone was on vacation. The holiday season. I'll take my shallow.
Yeah, maybe
Yep,
Yarso was sick
indeed.
at the time. See? I was just kidding.
I think I was at the podium with Winksta. Might be.
Oh, okay. That's cool. And you, Yarso, what's your best and worst?
Worst moment. It has been talked in this podcast in earlier episodes with Groot and Hype. Was the match with Ohivetor Finland against DC when Adri won that in the fucking last ticket. That was
Oh,
devastating.
it was
That
your
match you have
team.
seen the video. You have seen the video. You have seen it.
Yeah, yeah.
That was absolutely gut wrenching. I mean, that was so close match. It's also the greatest match we have ever played. That I think it's greatest matches that ever has been played in the game. But being on the losing side of that just sucked.
Truly legendary, but a gut punch at the end.
Yep, that was. But I think that was the greatest match ever played in the game.
Someone has to lose. Sorry to say.
Yeah, someone has to lose, but that wasn't fun.
Yeah. So, and your best moment is?
Well, first the team leader answer is more like what we were able to do. We North was at the low point, and we decided, okay, we take the summer off, and then we come back, and then we start doing things again. And it was our first like summer break, and then we took the September comeback month, and we
And who joined the team
we
during that summer break? Hey!
yeah. But we like gathered the 50 best players we absolutely could do. We had like first we had long list of like 100 players, and we sorted, and then we got the team together. And that September we did win the season. We had absolutely dominant season there, and then when the season ended, we had the team like meet up with the Finnish guys. So that was one of the best moments. And then on personal level, there's that I managed to that 40k with my alt account when the 40k was max,
Yeah, yeah.
and the thrill from that was actually you get some of like a bit of a high of that, because if you enjoy the game and then you manage to do that, then there has been well, I was playing with DC at the time with my alt account, and with last ticket it was, I don't know, was it Asylum, Reddit, what was the team at the time? But with last ticket jumped on top of the leaderboard. I won the team for DC. And then there's of course that what Winksta alluded earlier, that 75k max points in that 5 long jump event.
75k.
Yeah.
75k.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
75K.
mind blowing.
How many other people in the team got 75k?
In the team, well, now we know Bane wasn't clean. We have tried to keep team North always clean. Now we know Bane wasn't clean, but I think Bane was the only one that I don't know how many others, but I think there was like maybe 10 players. Actually,
Okay,
got that.
very
I got that in two. I got that in 2 different matches.
Very cool. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. JR, do you want to ask your own questions?
Yeah. Okay. So these are my questions, and these are some of my favorite questions. I'll ask Winksta first. If you could go anywhere in the world for free for 1 month, where would you go and why?
Yeah, back to Oz. Back to Oz. Absolutely. No questions asked.
Back to Australia.
Yep. I was out in Australia
When
back in
when did you go?
2009 and 2010,
Oh,
Nice.
and kind of, I did the backpacker thing. I had the
mm,
working visa. I only did about 4 months, I think,
okay.
before I went over to New Zealand and got stuck there because the volcano erupted and I couldn't
Oh my
fly
god!
Oh,
back to
cool.
the UK.
Yep.
Oh my
Yep.
god!
Yep.
But yeah, Australia was a fantastic experience. I started up in Cairns and, you know, got got in a camper van with a couple of German dudes, and we spent like couple of weeks driving down to Brizzy. Brisbane was probably where I spent my most time.
Mhm,
Well, technically outside of Brisbane, and I
mhm.
was like living on a drop zone doing skydiving for a month or two. Um, and that's where I met the missus in Brisbane, and ultimately
Oh,
why I've moved to Finland, and now we have our family and all that stuff going on. So for us, going back to Australia at some point is kind of like, on the bucket list, if you want to call it that. So that's
that's
an easy
very.
question for me.
Wait, you are technically from England, and you
Yes,
were in
yes, yeah,
Australia when you met
yeah,
your wife, and then now you live in
yeah,
Finland.
yes,
Oh, that's so cool. Is she
yeah,
originally
yeah,
from Finland?
yeah. She's a Finn. Yeah.
Wow.
Why else would we come here? That's not to diss Finland, but like they wouldn't know about coming to Finland otherwise. No, I've got to finish.
Uh-huh.
Technically, we're not married, but as good as.
Can you speak the language, the native
No, not
language?
really. I get by.
Ah,
I you know
okay,
I, it depends on what's going on. It's a
okay.
tough language. It is a
Oh,
tough language,
really?
and
Okay, cool.
I'm privileged with the fact that so many things. To say,
Yes,
I'm
yes,
so privileged that so many Finns are very, very competent in English, so
yeah.
it's not much of an issue in the day to
Mhm,
day.
mhm.
Yeah, I
Oh,
approached Winksta when I tried to recruit him to Finland to North, and I
yeah.
sent my first message in Finnish because I just thought that those two, I knew Winksta and Shady were like an item and they move where they go, like
Uh-huh.
both of them at the same time. And I sent
Yeah,
the message to Winksta in Finnish, and then
yeah.
I wondered why it takes so long to answer, like get the answer or something. And
Yeah.
then I realized, oh, you are actually not Finnish guy. You just use Finnish flag and those.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, the
Okay.
Finnish flag came because once I got back here after like loading the game, just put the Finnish flag, and I'm like, fine,
Mm-hmm.
I live in Finland, why not?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well,
Okay, what
in
about you?
Brisbane, hang on, just quickly,
Okay.
Brisbane.
Yeah, sure.
Hmm.
There was this thing called State of Origin. I don't know if you saw it, Winkster. It was where
Can't say,
um,
can't say I did.
rugby league. It was rugby league, and you basically played for your home state, depending on where you first played rugby league, right? So it was called State of Origin, and it was the Queensland team versus the New South Wales team. So technically, you should have a Finnish flag because that's your state of origin, your country of origin.
Yeah, I mean, technically, I downloaded it in the UK in Gatwick
Well,
Airport,
there you
so
go. Did you first play it at the airport or on the plane? Because in transit on a
uh,
plane means you have no country.
Isn't that dual
then I'd have to get the
citizenship?
Antarctic flag.
Ah, there you go. Anyway, sorry, that was me just going off tangent. Um, after you, JR, continue.
No, I was asking Yar. So, what is yeah, if you could go anywhere in the world for free for 1 month, where would you go and why?
That's a tough one. I mean,
Okay.
a couple of years ago, I did visit Thailand with my ex girlfriend, and that was absolutely a blast. I love the place. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe there, but then there's that would be only just to relax, just to be there, not do anything like if I didn't want to, just relax for a month. But
Mm-hmm.
then also I have a kind of soft spot for cycling, and I would love to go if it was for free. I would
Yeah,
love to
yeah.
go to watch the whole Tour de France with with one of the teams and follow the team around the whole Tour de France. That would be amazing.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That would be cool. Okay, my next question is name a few of your retired teammates that you would like to come back to North. Yeah, sorry, go first.
Well, first thing that popped into my mind was Singo. He was this Norwegian guy, absolutely top player, great dude, and then he just didn't have time to play and
Yeah.
went away. I would love to get him back.
Mhm.
Then those two previous leaders, DaBell and Hensu,
Mhm.
they were leaders of the team at the time when they were there. And
Mhm.
then Vicky, I have seen the guy a couple of times after he kind of quit the game, but I would love to get him back too. There are lots of different people. I can't name them all. Sorry for anyone if I offended someone not naming you, but
Well, hopefully those you have mentioned would come back. Yeah. So, what about you, Winksta? Who would you like to come back?
Yeah, I'll try and keep this sweet. So Beast Mode or Beast, the Canadian dude, just to piss Mickey off a little
oh
bit,
yeah,
as well as being a phenomenal player.
Okay.
Then French dude called Magic Fans had the privilege of playing with while he's in DC. Nice guy, just I don't know, we just gel really well. And then my
Mhm.
all-time favorite player, Quake from DC Quake. The
Oh.
shit he used to pull off, phenomenal. You know, this is like reflecting back when I just joined the team and I'd like all starstruck with the likes of Deathflow and stuff like that. And then
Yeah.
you go in the channels and then like Quake's like creating these amazing tactics with supercar and timings with the overcharged turbo going off and stuff like that, and just an absolute fanboy for the guy. And if he
Mm.
was to come back, it would be amazing. But these people have also made that decision to go, and that's where I think it should be respected.
Yeah, 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 of course. Yeah. Okay. Cthulhu, it's your question next.
I have a kind of a two-part question for each of you. We'll start with Winksta. Same question as both of you. Winksta, what is your favorite car that you've owned or driven? And then what's your dream car?
Like in real life.
Yes, in real life.
Mhm.
Yeah. Car that I've owned, my favorite. I had a Honda Civic Type R a few years back. Pretty quick. Managed to crash it, of course, because I was a young 20-year-old. You know, pedal.
Hmm.
Just like boy racer. Spent far too many thousands on stereo and all sorts of things in that. So that was a lot of fun. Dream car. Hard to say, man. I've got a soft spot for the Lamborghinis, but I wouldn't be able to like name a Lambo that I would like. I'm not that much of a petrol head anymore.
Fair enough. Okay, Yarso, what do you think?
well, I have a soft spot for my first car. It was I think I have a soft spot for my first car. It was first car. I really don't. Cars aren't my thing that much, but the first car I had I would want to get back at some point. I know I can't, but just to try once more with that car. And dream car, like I said, I really am not cars guy, so I just something that looks cool. I can't name anything that on the top of my head.
Not a problem. Not a problem. I would kind of like to share and then ask Ava and JR the same question. Um, my favorite was I owned a 78 Ford Bronco freewheeling edition. They only made about 2,000 of them, and it was amazing. I want that truck back. I would love to own a 1971 CUDA, Hemi CUDA, preferably.
Nice,
But
nice.
those are my
with a six
yeah.
pack.
Yes. Well, I don't know. The Hemi, a 446 would be amazing,
Yeah,
but a Hemi
446
would be
pack.
even better.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
JR, what? Any input here?
I've only actually had one car. It's a 15-year-old car. It actually needs a replacement. It's a Hyundai. I think it's a
Okay.
Korean brand. Yeah.
Yes.
But probably any brand, either a Honda or a Toyota. I don't mind what type of. It's either I have a hatchback right now. I don't mind having an SUV, but it would cost so much more for the fuel. But I don't know, just anything brand new.
hmm
Yeah. Yeah. So Eva, what about you?
I am very lucky because I've owned my dream car, and I still own my dream car. So many years ago, I used to go crazy over 205 GTIs on the covers
Yeah.
of magazines, little Peugeots, and then they released this car in 1989 called the MX-5 or the Miata, and I fell in love with this car on the cover of a magazine in 1990 in Australia, and I bought a 94 model, probably about 2000, year 2000, and I had it for 12 years. I did 200,000 Ks in it. My ex-wife hated it, so I got rid of the car, and then a couple of years later, I got rid of her. And then 4 years ago, I bought another MX-5, a 1999 model, which I drive sporadically in Australia because it's a good fair weather car. It's not an everyday car. But it's my boys with a 10th anniversary, which is a 99 model. And I can hand on my heart say, I don't want more power. I don't want more this. I don't want more that. I just enjoy driving it. It's so much fun. It makes you feel like a Formula One race driver and you're doing 50 k's an hour, because it's so reactive and all of that stuff. And it's not powerful. It's not, you know, it's not going to win a drag race, but oh my God, it is so much fun.
Excellent.
Happy to share photos. I have many. In that case, I will ask this question from DC Notch. DC Notch has asked, thanks for the question, Notch. You're both veterans. What's your magic potion for still playing this game besides the unique Scandinavian group here? He says, I don't get it, to be honest. Winksta.
It's just haven't quite got over the addiction yet. And I think another key fact is because I play with my missus, and she's playing at the competitive level. It's an everyday conversation in our house, talking about things, or more her listening to me talking about this gossip, this person's done that, or have you seen what's happened to this team? And so having someone to share that with it makes it easier, because then it keeps the buzz alive, and and it's also very rewarding. She doesn't find the time or care to look through the Discord channels, so I kind of show her, give her the highlights of how to sort of approach each track, and then she'll knock it out of the park and do really well.
Yep.
And so yeah, it's a shared experience with my partner as well. That's what helps keep it going.
Cool. Very cool. And what about you, Yasu?
For me, it really is the team we have put together in North. It just gets me back, and it actually makes the community makes the driving fun. If it's just like a single player, you don't talk to anyone. I don't think I've played anymore. But it's that thing that keeps me going. And then there's the competitive side of me that always wants to be the best. So I have to keep grinding to be at the top level, and that gets me back to the game every time.
Yeah, fair call.
Okay, this last one is from. Hang on, where did it go? The Luigi one?
Yeah, the Luigi one.
Last
Sorry, I
one.
ticked it just as I thought you'd started.
Okay, so this is for yours. So have you ever bragged people outside of the game that you're a leader of the world's best team, one of the best players in the game, and the multiple league champion in this little funny kids rally game? You told everyone else.
Well, well, technically, yes. I haven't started a conversation with anyone like, "Hey, look at me. I play this game and I'm a leader and stuff like that." But
Yep.
there has been a couple of occasions where like I have two phones because I play with two accounts, and
Mhm.
sometimes when I'm playing and someone's like, "Do you have two phones? And why do you have that?" and something like that, and then I tell why I do have that, and then I might slip in that yeah, I'm actually a leader of top team and something like that. But no, I haven't really started a conversation with that. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I
Okay.
have. If someone has asked something, then I might have told them that.
Mhm.
But
Mhm. Sometimes, if you talk to a random person who doesn't have a clue what you're doing, actually, like, I'm 50, I'm female, and then I would tell someone that, you know, I'm a co-leader in the game, and I am in Discord, and I am a this and that, and I even host a podcast, and they were like, they would be so surprised, and what are you doing with your life? It's something like that.
Winning.
Okay. Yep. Have friends here. And yeah. This is the
Well, you,
uh, yeah, Eva.
well, you've made friends around the world.
Hmm.
You're part of pit crew. You're on a a team outside of your own country. You've made
Yep.
friends all across Australia.
Hmm.
Like this is just like it's so much more epic than you give yourself credit for.
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, for that point that Eva said that there's no way I would have ever thought with someone like, for example, Amra from Bosnia. I would have never talked with her if I didn't play this game. Guys
Hmm.
like, well, Winksta, we practically lived next to each other, but we probably never had talked or met each other if we didn't play this game.
Hmm.
So there's that. There's those connections that you wouldn't have gotten without
Yeah.
the HCR2.
Yes, it's very true. It's very true.
Yeah, very cool.
Um, Eva?
All right, Eva, do you want to start? Never have I ever.
No, we're on that part already. Wait, before we do the quiz, do our guests have questions for us? Winksta, do you have anything to ask?
Not really. I don't know. Like, just don't tend. I didn't really have any questions preloaded coming in, or
It's
I don't know. It's
okay.
just nothing's really popped up.
And Jarso, anything?
Well, not really. It's just amazing how you guys have kept this podcast going. What is like fourth season now,
Fourth
Yes.
season,
and
four
it's
years.
amazing. I remember.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's actually amazing because there was that earlier podcast from Hookster and Juanito. I was quest there once too,
Oh.
and
Yep.
and that was fun, and then it just ended. And but you guys have kept this going like for a long time, and that's amazing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. Thanks.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So now we have come to the part of the podcast where we do the quiz. It's called Never Have I Ever. One point. What do we? How do we do this again, Eva? I forgot. It
1 point for
changed.
every never. 1 point for every never. The scoring hasn't changed. Just the way we
Okay.
score at the end has changed. So nothing's changed from your
Okay.
perspective.
Okay. So I'll ask. a question, and then we'll have probably the sequence of Winksta and then Yarso. Winksta
Sure.
will answer first, and then Yarso. Okay. So the first question is: have you ever run a team event ticket on a live stream on Discord? Winksta?
Yeah, when in Discord, we used to often meet up and
Oh,
like go into
okay.
and
Yeah.
play.
And Yarso, have you done this?
Yeah, a couple of times. I don't remember which team it was. Was it
Okay.
already North or was it earlier? But yeah, I have a couple of times
Okay.
run a ticket in
Okay.
live stream.
Okay. Yeah. So next question is: have you ever made a custom track? Yarso. Ano,
I
Wink?
made like
Yeah.
one when it
Mhm.
started. I tested out a bit. I made like one, but not that
Okay.
much.
Okay. And Winksta?
Technically, no. I've clicked on it,
Yeah.
drawn a little bit, and then I've
Yeah.
deleted it. So I've never tried to publish anything. That's not my cup
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
tea.
Okay. Okay. So that also answers number three for Winksta. Because the number three question actually is: have you ever had this custom track published or featured in the community? It's a no for Winksta. And Yarso, you published
No.
nothing.
No. It hasn't been there. No.
Yeah, okay. Next question is: have you ever spent gems to get the XP multiplier in the shop? Winksta, you go first.
The mastery boost. Yeah,
No,
absolutely. Um,
yeah,
yeah. You got to. It's just helps, especially
yeah,
on
of
double
course.
XP weekends.
Yeah. And Yarso, have you spent gems?
Yeah, I have spent gems for that. Yeah.
Okay. Next question is: have you ever spent 4,000 gems and purchased a legendary chest for XP? Winksta.
Oh, for XP.
Yeah.
Possibly, but I know
Oh,
I've misclicked and bought a legendary chest,
yeah,
4K,
yeah,
and that just hurts.
yeah,
That
yeah,
hurts.
yeah.
Hurts a lot.
Totally. Mm-hmm. Yep. And Yarso, have you done that?
Where you will be start opening free chest and misclick there.
Yeah,
Yep,
because
yep,
it lagged and
yeah.
I haven't bought that the 4,000 gem
Mm.
chest. I don't think I ever had 4,000 gems because I use them quite frequently. So
Yeah. Okay. Okay, the next question is: have you ever spent real money in the game? Winksta.
yeah, a little bit. Not, I've done like in the time I've done VIP like a few times,
Mm.
and one I've done when I went on a break from North. I then took the diamond version because
Oh,
I was able to get double XP weekend at the beginning and at the end of it because of the way the
yeah.
dates tied up. So helped to
Mm.
catch up a lot with a
Yeah,
bunch of
yeah.
masteries.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Yarso? Have you spent real money in the game?
way too much, way too much. Like I have VIP in with both accounts, and I have bought some bundles when new cards came
Yeah.
and something like that. So way too much. I can't even count that. I don't want to
Yeah.
count that how much money I have put into this game.
Okay. Okay. Okay, the next question is: have you ever completed masteries for all current vehicles, which is 27 vehicles? Are they all complete? Winksta.
Currently, no, I'm behind, but
Mm.
earlier this year, at one point, I was up to date. But
Mm.
then
But
things
at the
like
moment?
F1 and Hot Rod came out, and that's it. That killed me.
Ah,
And
okay.
behind ever since.
Yeah, okay. What about you, Yars?
Yeah, I have all masters with both accounts, and I have practically it's like 3 to 4 days after the mastery has came out. I
Yeah?
have it on both
Wow.
accounts, and
Wow.
yeah,
You spent so much time.
it's
Okay,
it, it,
okay.
it's much easier now when I only have that one car when it comes out that I don't have to master all at once. I
Mhm.
just have that one card to try, so it
Yeah.
gets easier when you are up to date.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's true. That's true. Okay, the next question is, have you ever thought of giving up playing the game? Winksta.
Many times. Many times I've thought about it, but not quite there yet.
Yeah. And Yarso.
Yeah, a few times I have thought about it, but it never was a serious thought. So
Yeah. Okay. Just a thought. Next question. Have you ever used a prefix in your name to announce what team you are in on your driver's license? Wink.
Yes, I used to have DC Winksta.
Oh, okay. Yarso, what about you?
yeah, I had one when we were at Sisu Finland. I had the S after, and now
Mm.
I have a prefix of that. I don't know even how to say that letter. It's like Swedish O
Yeah, yeah.
for yeah, and I have
Mhm.
that
Okay.
still. It was like we had that crew that was from Turku, like me and Kettu and Wiki and those, and we decided that we use that prefix now, and
Okay.
it's like the Swedish name of the city. It's Åbo, so we
Mm.
took that Swedish O
Okay.
from there.
Yeah, that's very cool. Next question. Have you ever created content for a YouTube channel? Winksta.
Oh, simple. No.
No,
Nope.
never.
Never. And Yarso, have you?
Yeah, actually, I just tried to look at when was the last video I did publish.
Mhm.
It must be like 4 years ago, but I did do
Yeah.
some YouTube
Did you?
photos.
Yeah.
Like
Okay. Yeah.
like
Did.
I did get a couple of tickets at that time
Mhm. Mhm.
and
Okay.
published them.
Yeah. Okay. Next question is, have you ever met another HCR2 teammate or player in real life? Winksta.
Yeah, a couple.
Oh,
So DC Juhani, I've met up with a couple of times,
okay.
and Yarso, I see him all the time. Like we cross paths probably every couple of weeks, just out in the wilderness, basically. When I say the wilderness, I just mean in the local city, but not trekking it. But yeah, so like I've met him just because,
Okay.
and technically I live with another player as well. So
Oh yeah, you do.
And you don't see her at all, ever.
yeah,
Yes, you do. Okay, cool. And this is a big yes for yourself. He's
Oh
met.
yeah, I have met loads of people. Like well, I have seen we meet, like Winksta said, we see each other like in every couple of weeks because
Yeah.
I work at the supermarket and
Mm.
Winksta shops there. So then we just stand in an island, talk a bit, and then I need to get back to
Yeah.
work. uh, then those guys from Turku, like Vicky and Kettu, I have seen multiple times too. And then there's
Yeah.
those meetups we made with Finnish guys and met multiple guys there too. So
Mhm.
too many to name all, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's very cool, very cool. The last question is, have you ever reveal on any Discord server, but not including the podcast server? Winksta.
I mean, yeah, when doing streaming with DC, like
Yeah.
yeah, on there. I mean, I used to host some internal competitions, and we would do like a live draw
Oh.
how the teams were being
Oh,
made. So
okay.
things like that.
Yeah.
I don't think any other server though. Only there.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, that's cool. And Yarso, have you done a face reveal?
yeah, I think I've shared my picture in North server sometime.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like
Oh.
big face reveal.
Wasn't it with the bunny ears on for Halloween or something?
Oh yeah, that
Really?
picture. I need to share it for you two guys if I can find it.
Yeah. Yes, please. Okay. Yeah.
I'll
And
find it. I'll find it after the recording and share it for you
yeah,
guys.
yeah. And the
Or
other
maybe it was back
picture,
in stuff.
don't forget.
What?
It might have
The
been
other
back in
picture.
Easter time, actually. Sorry.
All right. Well, that's the end of Never
Okay.
Have I Ever. That's the
Yes.
end of Never Have I Ever. So we did a flip because we didn't change the questions from season 3 to season 4. But what we did is instead of getting the ones that you had little numbers, we've gone to the biggest numbers. So Moff BR started last year, the season, and he was at 9 nevers. And so you have been, had you played in season 3, you would have been in the top ranks, which is amazing. And Winkster, you would have had 4 nevers, which was
2.
also
I
pretty good.
I counted 1.
No, you said never thought of giving up the game. There was thoughts, but
Well,
it never really
I
was
have
serious.
thought. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yep. No. I always lean on.
Not like I'm competitive or anything, but
Well, unfortunately, because you got 2 nevers, you're actually at the bottom end of the track, and Moff BR is still
damn it.
leading on 9. Like, still leading on 9 nevers, because he's done nothing of stuff. He's never done a live stream, never made a custom track, never been. It's just so many nevers. Anyway, so unfortunately, because you almost lost, you've lost really badly, and Winkster, you're down near the bottom as well. You actually get nothing. But don't feel
Perfect.
disheartened. Don't feel bad, because Moff BR, who did win this and is still on the leaderboard, also gets absolutely nothing, because there is no prizes for Never Have I Ever.
I'm kind of
So
sad
sadly,
because I got 1 point.
yeah, you got 1 point. So basically, you are welcome to give the nothing that I've just given you to any one of your teammates on North, from us to you to them, right? But yeah, it's more about just having a bit of fun on this
Bill is just
podcast.
pissed off
than
at that.
anything
He's just had to leave.
else.
I think you've ended it.
DaBell's upset. No, DaBell.
I'll give
DaBell's
that.
just.
I'll give that nothing to Mickey as a consolation prize that he isn't co-leader.
Yep. Okay, you do that. Just say from the podcast crew, here is the
Yes.
nothing that we got from them from playing Never Have I Ever. I'm giving it to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Professionally presented with this
Perfect.
middle finger.
Yes. Okay, so that leads us to kind of the end of the podcast. So before we go, I wanted to thank, firstly, Cthulhu for coming on as a guest host.
Most welcome. Thank you.
It's been great to have you on. Yeah, I look forward to having you back on again if we can, if everything lines up. And I must say, very big thank you to both Winkster and Jarso. You both have been really amazing guests. We've had some very, very tricky questions on the podcast from your fellow teammates, which we've all answered quite
Diplomatic.
been very diplomatic about it, and I think there are many players that wouldn't have answered the way you had, and I think I really appreciate your honesty and your diplomacy in your answers. So thank you for that. Before we go, are there any people that you would like to say hello to or a shout out to? Yeah, so
No, just collectively to Team North. I wouldn't play this game anymore without that team. So just collectively North, Team North, and the former players and maybe future players that haven't yet played with North.
fair enough. That's a good answer. Wink, wink.
So yeah, I don't know, anyone that I might have interacted with, all the experiences of whether I've had an argument with someone or whatever, it's all part of it. It's there's bickering on some servers and there's rivalries, and I think that's a good thing because it just shows that there's some life in the game. So just like everyone, really, like it's a pleasure and a displeasure at the same time.
Fair enough. I wanted to say a big thank you for Winksta and Jarso and Cthulhu for taking some time out and spending some time with us. For DaBell to jumping in at a random moment to say something about playing, even though we had a bit of a joke and all that sort of stuff. To JR, thanks for all the stuff you do in the background, the running around, like the ducks I was talking about that Pete has put in my
Yeah.
house.
Yes.
Can't see the feet going, but they're swimming, they're moving.
Yeah. Thank
So
you, Eva, also.
I really appreciate all the work you do behind the scene.
Yeah.
So if you are listening at this stage of the podcast, thank you for still listening. Please like and subscribe to our podcast. We'd love to see your comments. If you've got any comments about what we've talked about through the podcast. So at this point, it's goodbye from me, and thanks very much for listening. But bye, everybody.
Ta-ta!
Bye.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
bye.